I'm checking Twitch to make sure we are actually live.
Mine is loading. Which means we were probably live, but mine is just loading, so. Hi.
All right, yes, looks like we're on. Hello, universe, internet, world, whoever is out there watching. Thank you for taking the time to watch our little Twitch channel in the middle of a huge ocean of random internet content. We are No Pants Improv. We're an online improvised troupe where we're probably not wearing pants. You can't see the bottom half of us, so you don't know. We are going to be doing a show that's mainly short form improv today, and what that is just a bunch of different games. Every time we're going to have two different people, and the rules are going to change. There's going to be a bunch of random disconnected scenes. And the objective is just to have a bunch of fun. That's really it. We all need to have some fun right now, and I think improv is a great way to do it. If somehow you're watching this and you don't know what improv is where we all make up everything on the spot. It means that none of this is pre-planned or pre-recorded. We're just saying whatever comes off the top of our heads, and maybe it makes sense. Usually it doesn't, but hopefully it'll be entertaining anyway. The way the show is going to work is a format called a Lorand, which means that two people are going to be on, then first person drops off and a third person comes on, then the second person drops off and a fourth person comes on, and we just keep going down the chain like that. But we're going to start it off with a scene that some of you might find familiar. It's a yearbook photo. Now, I'm sure all of us have been in some sort of club at some point or another, and we've had to pose for a yearbook photo. So let's just see what that photo might look like. Let's see a bunch of poses from everyone that they might be doing for their photos, and then I, the yearbook photo taker, will call on them and ask a few questions about what they do for the club. And if anyone is watching and would like to provide a suggestion of what kind of club this might be, go ahead and put that in the chat. Well now, everything seems to be very frozen. Look at these people posing so well for their yearbook photos. Now that's impressive. Let's see. Number 3, you seem to be the most animated. What is your name? Uh-oh. It sounds like you're saying, or it looks like you're saying something, but I can't quite hear you. Could you speak up?
Sorry about that. I got excited. I'm Judy. I'm Judy Denon. I'm a junior. I'm the president-elect of the student council. I'm really excited about that. I don't know. I'm really hyper focused on the things that I need to do, so much so that I forget what I'm focusing on, and it gets a little overwhelming. But I love people and public speaking, I think. And yeah, I think I'm really suited for a life of politics. My best friend is Carly Reeves. She's amazing. She is so much calmer than I am, and that's great. We're like yin and yang, and she's my VP, so yeah.
That's great to hear. Now, Judy, you said that Carly is your best friend. Isn't it true that she is the one that convinced you to start this club?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's kind of the brains behind the operation. You know what I mean? I just sort of am like the very attractive mouthpiece.
I see. I've seen a lot of your promotional posters that you've put around the school. They're invigorating.
I get a lot of interesting adjectives for them. So the one that I don't like is offensive or appalling or shameless or tactless. Those ones are not good, but mostly I get bold, powerful, graphic. I like those.
Well, I certainly have heard all of those words and more used to describe your posters, Judy. Let's move on to Carly. Carly, as the vice president of the student council, what would you say your most important job is in making sure it runs smoothly?
Thank you for asking. I really feel that my role here is to help everyone else shine, and that in being a young leader, the best thing I can do is just to give everybody else what they need to feel that they're contributing and that we're putting out a quality product. And I mean, none of it's me. I really just take a step back and I look at these people around me and I think, wow, they are all so talented. And I just want them to know it, you know? Recently, uh, I was dumped by Dave, and I felt that he, the president, okay, but let's leave this part out. I just felt that he didn't appreciate me and he had been being kind of mean to the staff too. I don't know, he was really grumpy, but I want them to be uplifted and know that they're doing good work and that like just because we have this asshole tyrant around us all the time doesn't mean we can't stay positive, you know?
That's a very inspiring message, Carly. Now, I did hear that when Dave dumped you, he also instituted policies at the club that banned all of your favorite activities, and some sources on the inside said that you had a plan to get revenge. Would you mind elucidating some of the details of that plan for me?
Oh, I don't know who would have said that. Revenge is not something I would do. I would never do anything like hurt his car or move it when he wasn't looking or poke holes in his condoms or anything like that. And so, no, I don't like just, I heard he's failing out of science and I don't want dispersion cast upon me just because my older sister from my dad's first marriage is a science teacher. He's just failing AP science of his own right. And I definitely didn't sideswipe his car this morning. And so I don't know. I don't know what you'd be talking about.
Well, perhaps I was just misinformed. I'm sure that the police will find that car eventually, and you'll be found to have nothing to do with it. Now let's
Thanks.
move on. Dave, how have you been? I understand it's been a bit of a rough day for you lately. Dave, would you mind? There we
Yeah,
go.
no, sorry, man. I just, you know, I got distracted for a second. So, yeah, I think they said it. I'm the club treasurer, I guess. I thought it'd be cool because, I could like buy good stuff for people and like, I don't know, maybe like save up and have a party or something fun. But I mean, I joined this club when Carly and I were still dating, and I also thought like, yeah, like let's do stuff together as a couple, and it might, like help out with the relationship stuff. But her friend Judy is so tense all the time. Like that girl does not. I don't even know if she sleeps, man. Like seriously, she's like a hamster on meth and she got Carly all weird, and I don't know. Um, it she's just been acting strange lately, and I had to pull a trigger. So I guess I'm still in this club, but it's pretty awkward.
That does sound like a tough situation, but I have heard that you and Bartholomew have been getting on pretty well lately. Seems like maybe when one door closes, another one opens.
Yeah, Bart's a pretty cool dude. His parents have a house out by the lake, and they threw some killer parties. Bart does, not his parents. I don't go to his parents' parties. That'd be freaking weird.
That would be pretty weird. I don't think you would be allowed in them. But you and Bartholomew should have been partying up the town lately, and it's caused some to say that you are not suited to your position as treasurer, since you seem to be using all of the money to throw wild parties. What would you say to those allegations?
I think that you only get to go to high school once, man. And, like, why don't we go ahead and party while we're young?
That's a very reasonable attitude. I think I saw that on some of Judy's posters, actually. Let's move on to Bartholomew. Now, your family is famous for being among the richest and the most well-connected in town, as well as circumventing all of the rules against illegal fireworks in the area.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm in charge with lifting people's spirits, especially my own. Ha! Ha! Oh,
Ah,
yeah. Hey, if Dave's listening, another party Friday night for you, okay? Ah,
now, Bartholomew,
lovely.
I have heard some
Yeah,
rumors that you are only on the student council because of your family's immense wealth. But some people do seem to actually really like you, and so perhaps you were put there legitimately. What is your opinion? How do you think you got on?
you know, money's like manure. You know, it's no good left in a pile, is it? In a heap. You got to spread it around. Suddenly, you get lots of friends. Hey, I'm not complaining.
Now, that does seem to be a very good use of money. And your wild
Yeah.
abandon seem to match pretty well with the club president, Judy. Tell me, are you two friends?
I'm heading in that direction. You know what I mean?
Oh, I think I do.
Hey,
You've
yeah.
tapped her nose several times.
Say no more.
Well, I certainly won't. Thank you all for coming here to this yearbook photo today. And one last time, say the club motto. Judy, what is the club motto?
Party this Friday.
All right, on three. Three, two, one. Party this.
Party this Friday.
All right, and scene. Now, we've been introduced to these wonderful characters. We're going to see different aspects of their lives. So I'm going to have number one, Dave, and number two, Bartholomew, come up, and they're going to be playing a little game where every time one of them finishes a line, the next one has to start their line with the last letter of the previous line. So, for example, if the first line was just hello, then the second line would have to start with the letter O, because the first line ended with O. So it could be, oh no, not this again, or something else beginning with O. Uh, so let's go ahead and start off and see what Dave and Bartholomew do in their wild party free time. Starting off with player number one, Dave, when I go off screen.
Dude, I scored $150 from the treasury. We can totally entertain the junior class tonight.
Tonight is going to be the best. I tell you, I've nicked my portable jacuzzi. I'll bring it along.
God, I love that thing, man. It is like it's like a girl magnet, man. That thing just like attracts people.
Every time I bring it along, hey, you have to take your clothes off to get into a jacuzzi.
I know, man. That's the best part. Ah, I'm looking forward to this.
Somehow, this town's gonna hear about it, you know? Yeah.
Bart. Oh,
Yeah. Yes.
man. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We've
Yeah,
been
no.
catching some heat for these parties. You know, I feel like Carly's gonna rat us out to the cops if we're not careful.
Every time she has to play it by the rules. I don't know.
Well, I do. She's just like so wound up. Look, let's just invite the whole junior class, except her and that Judy girl she hangs out with. That should do it.
And scene. All right, now player number one will go off screen to be replaced by player number three, Judy herself. How will Bartholomew break the news to Judy, or will something else happen? Could we get from the rest of the cast a place where the scene might be? Physical location. Just shout it out.
Outside the auditorium.
Outside the auditorium. So these players are outside the auditorium, and they are going to be only asking each other questions. They're not allowed to say a statement. They're only allowed to ask questions. Uh, do you understand the concept of the game?
Do I?
Will we find out? Am I going to go off screen and start the game?
Why are you here then?
Don't you know, Bart? There's an assembly.
Aren't you in?
I think I have to introduce it, but I'm not sure. So, do you know?
Why ask me, eh? Why ask?
Why do I bother asking you?
What I want to know is, what are you doing Friday night?
Well, aren't you having a party?
I think. Oh,
Something
do you
Do you
know
have something in your throat?
an alternative to this party?
Why would I need an alternative to this party?
Haven't you heard?
Heard what?
Why people don't want you to come?
What are you talking about? Everybody wants me to come. It's Judy.
How do you know that for a fact?
Well, I'm the coolest girl I know. I'm pretty sure, aren't I?
Who is the coolest girl?
Who is the coolest girl? I thought you liked me.
Have I given you reason to like me?
I feel like you've been, no. Have you been giving me reasons to like you?
When are you free next week?
Why would you think I would want to like go out with you if you're not going to invite me to your party?
Do you know how difficult this is for me?
Is this all Carly's fault?
How did you guess?
And scene. Apparently, yes, it was Carly's fault. Now, player number 2 will leave to be replaced by me, who's player number 4. And we are going to be playing a game called Oscar-Winning Moment. And this is, can we get the title of a film, of something that we could be playing in the Oscar-winning moment of? Perhaps reenacting as part of our school play.
Close Encounters.
I like it. All right, so we are going to be in perhaps a school play, a school play called Close Encounters, and this has won the play equivalent of an Oscar, or maybe it's a play based on a film that's won an Oscar, and we are going to be reenacting the moment that won that play / movie that award. When I leave and come back. And one of the other players will be calling this scene.
Oh, Reginald, there's not much room in here. We're going to have to stand really close.
This broom closet is all that's left of our school. After the aliens came and took the rest of them away, it's just us left, Deborah.
Oh, who would have known that those aliens would turn out to be gruesome, man-eating killers the way they were? They seemed so kind at first, and I trusted them.
It's always been your weakness, Deborah. Your trust, your faith in other people. But
Wait a
you always
minute.
had faith in me.
Should I be trusting you, Reginald?
I mean, I think you should. I've been by your side this entire time.
Wait a minute. How
No,
close of an encounter am I having right now?
don't look. Don't look at my arm. It's green because I put marker on it.
This always happens to me. I meet a boy, I'm the last person on earth, I have to repopulate, and they turn out to be a body snatcher.
Scene. Right there. Nick can't end his own scene. I'm ending it for him.
Nice. All right. Next up, we are going to have me and player number 5, and we are going to be playing a game called More British. And
More British? More British?
More British?
Right.
That just means we start out in a normal scene, and let's just get a relationship between two people, from the cast or from the chat. Any relationship, and this could be an aged-up version of Carly, so it could be anything. Lost in the jungle together. Ooh, I like it. So somehow, after the school days that we saw, Carly has gotten lost in the jungle. And I am someone from the same school. We were in a play, maybe at some point. Now we're lost in the jungle, and everything's just going to get gradually more and more British. And player number 1, Neil, could I ask you to interrupt sometimes and tell us to be even more British than we already are?
Sure can.
All right, awesome. So when we leave and come back, No Pants Improv presents More British in the Jungle.
Well, you know, Lionel, I was so looking forward to finally declaring our love for one another after school because I have always wanted to grow up to be a colonizer. And I just think that with you on my arm, Lionel, you know, it's the right thing.
You're right. Her Majesty the Queen would so approve of us going into this jungle and stealing any artifacts that may happen to be there and putting them in the British Museum where they belong, as does every single artifact from across the world.
Right. Of course. And, you know, when I was at Eton, the headmaster used to always tell me that we should really bring our more civilized way of being to the rest of the world, and we should steal any valuables that they have for our own gain, and this is the way of the British people. And really, who are we not to carry on with tradition, I ask you?
You're completely correct, but I still feel like we could be even more British, don't
I
you?
think you would.
You know, even though we're in the middle of the jungle, don't you think we should have a bit of tea? Yes, I've put it on the kettle here.
Quite
It's
right, darling.
the sort of tea that they always serve in the old Kent Road pub. You know, it's the strongest stuff.
Would you like a bit of sherry in your tea?
Oh, of course. Thank you, darling.
A little dollop, you know, to keep one's wits at bay.
Oh, pip, pip. I do hope we aren't attacked by a jaguar.
How nice that would look, stuffed and mounted on our wall, darling.
Oh, indeed. You know, when I was at Oxford, the professor, the dean in charge, always had a bevy of different stuffed cat heads all around the room.
You know, I heard that Nigel Fitzgibbons once went to tea and brought his own cat head as if Lord and Lady Flincher didn't have any. And it was so, I mean, one can no longer be seen with him in polite society.
Frankly, it was insulting. The man is clearly a disgrace to his people.
Quite right, quite right.
I'm afraid you'll need to be even more British than this, friends.
No, I would never invite him to a clotted cream tea party. Why, the very thought of it makes my blood run cold, and I am, of course, a red-blooded Englishman.
Really? Well, as you know, the Duke of Somerset and the Prince of Wales threw me one for my 60th birthday personally. They're ever so dear friends.
Oh, yes. I do enjoy the company of our royalty, and every time I go and see the members of Parliament, I am suffused with a joy and a love for my country.
Yes, but really only at the House of Lords, you know. Um, can't just they just let anybody vote nowadays, and it's quite a shame, really. But I guess we can't all stick to the old ways, you know. At least we still have a royal house, not like those Germans or anything.
Oh, yes. I'm so glad we still have a Nottingham Manor and our house in Kensbury to go back to when we're sick of the peasants.
Shall we take a turn about the garden, darling?
Oh, yes, let's go and find the garden in this jungle. I've grown rather sick of being lost in here. I'm going to call my butler so that he can come and pick us up in the old helicopter.
Please do. If I have to ride the back of a camel one more time, I'll have malaria in an instant.
My lord. See.
Ah, yes.
See?
Ah, Jeeves, hello. I suppose you're calling the end of our scene, aren't you, Jeeves?
Yes, sir, I am.
Yay. All right. And now we are wrapping around, and I am going to go off screen after I finish explaining that next up, we're going to wrap around to player number 1 again. And this time, we are going to be playing a word restriction game. So, player number 5, choose a number between 1 and 15. 4. Player number 1, you are only allowed... okay, Nicole, you gave Neil a number. Neil, you gave Nicole a number. So Nicole, you gave Neil 4 words at a time.
4.
Neil, another number? 7.
7.
All right. So player number 1, you are only allowed to say 4 words at a time in your lines, and player number 5, you are only allowed to say 7 words at a time in your lines. And for this scene, let's get some new characters and new relationships. Let's get a suggestion for a reason people might be reuniting after a long time. In the chat or from the cast?
Could we still be Carly and Dave reuniting after a long time?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh.
And oh yes, they had that relationship. They
Yeah,
broke up.
Now we're seeing each other again. It might be good, it might be bad. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah. They are on a cruise ship. They both just happened to take a cruise after many decades, and now they're reuniting, and they just recognize each other while they're on the deck of this ship.
After many decades, okay, I'm down with that.
Well, Carly has to get back from the jungle, of course. Where her British friend, or perhaps more. But now you are on the cruise ship, and again, player number 1, 4 words at a time. Player number 5, 7 words at a time. And begin.
Carly? Carly Mortimer. Yeah.
David Raskins, Rasputin.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
It is right. Wow.
It's rather lovely to see you. I'm shocked. Really.
You talk British now.
I do. I went to the jungle.
I'm so impressed now.
Well, you know, really, I just felt...
I don't know why.
that jungles and British accents were right.
That's so amazingly good.
How have you been, my love? Or dear.
Oh yes, roll with that.
You still care?
Yes,
Wow.
you still have feelings for Dave.
I didn't
Either.
expect I didn't expect it to pop out.
Carly, I never stopped.
David, it was always you. Only David.
And now we're here.
Scene.
Ooh.
What a what a sweet reunion. I definitely ship those two. Uh, all right, awesome. That is round one of the Lurand, and now let's have everyone come back on, and we are going to be playing a larger group game before heading back into round two, where things will get a bit weirder. So the game that we're going to be playing now is called Answering Machine. What happened is there was an event. Could we get a suggestion for some kind of event, like a Halloween party or a family reunion, something that a lot of people went to and where some stuff went down? Yes,
Graduation party.
a graduation party. I love it. Yes, this is going to be a graduation party for the school that all of these characters are from, and they are all going to call in to one person's answering machine, and they are just going to leave messages, and we're going to find out what happened at that fateful graduation party. So in a moment, we're all going to go off screen, then come back on to leave our messages. And let's go.
Jack, I have got to tell you, man, that graduation party was absolutely killer. I had no idea your parents were going to rent a tent. And like we did that, like puffed up samurai wrestling thing. Like that was incredible. And I mean, I gotta tell you, your parents, I didn't know old people could be so cool, you know? Like they just took our keys and gave us a whole keg, and it it was like the capstone on my high school experience, man. I just now I'm paying for it. But I wanted to say thank you and stay in touch. All right? Dave out.
Hey, Jack. Coolest party I've ever had. Not in a mansion, in a tent. What imagination you've got, man. And your parents with that key game. Yeah, we all went home with different cars. I don't know. Someone went home with my Porsche. Just saying. Mind you, I've got the keys to a dumper truck. Hey, man, it's cool. Cool, I'm saying. You want to see what I found it next to it? You know, inside. Someone's going to be missing that, I'm sure. Give us a ring, mate. Anytime.
Jack, hey, it's Carly. Thanks for the party last night. You know, it was really fun. I had a great time. There was a lot of really cute touches and everything. I loved the jungle theme. It felt really inspiring, and to have it catered with like all British food is like, what a fusion, you know? I mean, I just think you are so clever. Listen, I didn't really get enough of a chance to talk to Dave last night, and I was just wondering if maybe he said anything to you about me, or if I should call him Anyway, right. Great. Your friend Lionel was also very hot. So call me or text me. Let me know what the deal is with David Lionel. Toodaloo.
Jack, this is Principal Birnbaum. I just want to say, great party last night. That was really something. I I really appreciate your extending an invitation to me. I know that sometimes principals are thought of as like not cool, but as you know, I can get down. Maybe I got a little too down, if anything. Jack, you can't tell anybody what happened between us. I mean, it's super, super illegal. But good. The good news is that you're graduating, and it's no big deal. Just hey, do me a favor, okay? And if you happen to see, I seem to have lost my cell phone there, and there's some. I just would like it back if you happen to find it. And great work, great party. Yeah, great job.
Hey Jack, Lionel here. It worked. Man, your plan was genius. Invite everyone to this party in a tent, and then while they're all distracted and drunk with this keg, the key thing your parents did, I just went and I stole all their cars and their phones. Yeah, I got this one guy's Porsche. I got like the cell phone with a bunch of weird pictures on it, but don't worry, I'm gonna delete those before I sell it on eBay. Uh, but yeah, this has been the most brilliant plan that you've ever had, and I am so glad that we just developed this relationship, man. Like you, me, conning the world, throwing parties and stealing things from people. I feel like it's really meant to be. There's nothing that could come between us, especially. I mean, I'm going on a vacation to the UK next year, but I don't think anything's gonna like happen there and make me want to stay and become super British or anything. So don't worry about that. Don't even know why that would happen. Anyway, good luck with your school career and everything. I saw that you were originally failing your classes, and then for some reason you have all A's. So don't know how you managed to swing that, but cool on you. All right, catch you on the flip. And let's all come back on. Seems like a night to remember for sure.
Ah,
All right. Without further ado, let's hop into round two of the Laronde. Laronde two. That's now we're going to be mixing it up a bit. So for the first scene, can we have player number one and player number two playing a single character? They're going to be alternating. Each of them will speak one word at a time, and the two of them working together will play a single character. And then player number three will be the other person in that scene.
Yes.
do that.
All right, so that means me and player number five will go off screen. And for a suggestion for the scene, could we get a uh, a reason that you might be estranged from someone?
Ooh. Can feel the recently became a vampire.
Became a vampire. Yes. So one of these people, I know which, either player number one and two as a single character speaking one word at a time, or player number three has recently become a vampire, and this has caused a bit of trouble in their relationship with the other person. When I go off screen, uh, estrangement with a vampire.
Jack, is that you?
Yeah.
Yep.
You look different, You look sort of skinny.
Well,
I
have
had
a
big
change.
in
I
My
can see.
diet.
Yeah, I can tell. I mean, am I crazy? Am I going crazy? Are you sort of sparkling softly in the cloud light, moonlight? I guess I'm going nuts.
do
You?
do want
Yeah. hmm You are oddly alluring. So whatever you are asking me for, I am saying yes to it because I do want. I want it all.
You?
are
Really?
cool.
I know. I know. I've been told I'm pretty much the coolest girl in school. I don't know though. I mean, no big deal.
Players number 1 and 2 reveal that you're specifically a vampire and that you kill people.
I?
Recently
Changed
into
a
night
creature.
something.
Okay, I'm a night owl too. I get you.
Yeah,
But
this
is
a
even
stranger
thing
than
that
you.
no
Stranger than night owl. Yeah. Okay.
I'll
Give
you
a
taste
of
what
will
happen.
Ah. Oh. No. Oh. Think. No. Oh God. Oh God. Oh yes. Oh fuck. Okay.
don't worry.
Don't worry,
I'm vegan.
it was just a change.
Not.
All right, awesome. Now for this one, I want to go backwards. So players number 1 and 2 stay on as the vampire. You're still going to be playing the same character, still going to be speaking one word at a time. But now player number 5 will come in, and player number 5 will be playing a different game. Player number 5 will be playing the different genres game. So that means that number 5, you're starting out in one genre, and then I'm going to call out different genres that you have to switch to. So you're going to be acting like you're in a horror movie, then in a sci-fi movie, etc. Can we get some different genres that player number 5 can be part of? A Western. I'm also going to toss in sci-fi, a rom-com, a kids movie. Nice. All right, I think that gives us a good place to start. So you're going to start off player number 5 as if you are in a Western. And players number 1 and 2, you are still this word at a time vampire. And as a suggestion for this, you are your old friends. Your old friends who haven't seen each other in a while and you're just catching up on the good old days. When I go off screen, start.
Well, howdy, my good man. It's really nice to see you out here this late at night.
I
Am
really
glad
to
see
you.
Well, I'm really glad to see you too. You know, the last time we were in this bar, I think the last time we were in this bar, you were telling me something about getting somebody pregnant. Now, did you have a baby, or that was you? I'm maybe a little too deep here.
Well, I
really
uh, had
a
bit
of
and
bad
go and
Pause. Player number 5, you are now in a science fiction movie. Scene continues as normal. Everything up to now has been the same. You are now in a sci-fi.
A bad go, hey? I saw one of those once in my career. We talking a baby alien or something weird like that?
more
weird
than
that
I see, I see.
think
more
darkness
deviltry
and
teeth
teeth.
Pause. Player number 5, you are now in a children's educational movie.
Well, it seems to me that if one ran into such a creature, the best idea would be to go and hide and just find a place of safety, lock the door behind you, and stay inside until someone you know who feels safe to you comes to get you.
You
would
have
to
stay
very
calm,
but
invite
the
visitors
in
Now, see, children, that is not a good idea. You should not invite visitors in if they are strangers or unknown to you. And even if they are known to you, your parents should be home and tell you that that is okay. Now, I don't know why this gentleman here is giving you such bad advice, but I will go ahead and say we can extrapolate that if he thinks that's a good idea, we probably shouldn't be doing whatever he's doing.
I
would
disagree
with
that
think
more
expansively.
See now, children, it's important to find out when somebody has bad judgment. Now, something tells me these men are about to offer you some drugs.
us
Drugs.
ever
Usually,
More
children, when somebody talks about expanding your mind,
eternal
think critically.
maternal love
life.
eternal
Life.
eternal
Death. Life.
Ooh, scene. I'm pretty sure that vampire was actually just offering them drugs. Now, let's continue going backwards. Player number 5, I will be playing with you, and you're going to stay in your genre thing. And could I get player number 3? Would you be willing to throw some new genres at player number 5 while we're in this scene?
Yeah, sure.
All right, awesome. And I will be playing the alphabet game, which means I
Okay.
will be starting every line of dialogue with one letter after the last line. Normally it would be we'd both go back and forth, but since we're playing different games, it's going to work differently. This is all experimental.
Trails.
Okay. Nicole, you're going to be starting in documentary.
And as a setup for this scene, let's see how much we can layer on top of each other. Can we get a small object?
A letter opener.
A letter opener. All right. So let's see. I will be playing a letter opener. This is going to be a tiny voice, and also the alphabet game, and also multiple genres. We'll see if it works when both of us come back.
Who's the voice?
I'll be the voice.
Out on a field in western Pennsylvania, these two old friends meet again.
Absolutely not. I am not opening any more letters for you.
You see, I had this letter opener when I was a child, and I didn't know at the time that it was strange to have a letter opener that could speak.
Nicole, you're doing Disney movie now?
But since then, it's become one of my best friends. And although we were apart for a while, now we are reunited.
Beatrice, you, you're such a good princess. Every morning, all of the household appliances just fly around you, helping you with your daily morning routines, all the letter openers and the staplers and the hole punches. You're the princess of office supplies, and we love you so much.
I want to sing a song about productivity. Productivity brings me joy. It makes me so happy to have all my friends around me, and I get everything done. But the letter opener's my fave.
Nicole, horror.
Cute. That was so cute. I love being your favorite. Just don't look too close. The red flecks that cover me are nothing. I promise.
What have you been doing?
Don't look. When they came for you, I defended you. Okay? I killed them all. You didn't have to.
My fingerprints are all over you, James.
Everyone,
Stabbing people.
everyone is going to suspect you. It's true. And maybe I'm just a figment of your imagination. Maybe you're crazy and you did kill them all.
I'm not going out like this.
Fight! Fight! Yes! Kill!
Avant-garde.
Wait, could you say that again?
Avant-garde.
Sometimes you just gotta come back to life. Am I right? I forgive you. Let's go on a motoring spree together. What do you say?
Good idea. Sometimes the ennui of life just gets to me, and I think there is nothing more to this world than thinking upon the mistakes of the past. And those murders, definitely a mistake.
I love you like I love an earthworm. Just down to earth and repetitive.
Hell could not take me away from you. Although life is meaningless, sometimes you make it meaningful. Ooh, yes, lick me. Yes, that's good. Mm.
Out there.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And now we will have player number 3 come on. We're going to loop all the way back around. And this will be the final loop of the round 2. Player number 3, I don't think we gave you a game the first time. I'm sorry, I forgot that. Is there a game that you would like to finish this off?
Oscar-winning moment.
Which one?
Oscar-winning moment.
Oh, we did that one. I could do. I'm happy to do that, or I could do Secret Turkey if somebody wants to play Secret Turkey with me.
Yes. All right. We're gonna play Secret Turkey. You're gonna be the secret. Well, one of us is gonna be the Secret Turkey. You're gonna be emphasizing that game. I'm still gonna be playing the alphabet game. I'll continue on with the letter I since that's where I stopped off last time. And for a suggestion, could we get an occupation? A janitor. All right. The suggestion is janitor and Secret Turkey plus the alphabet game when we come back on screen.
I'm sorry, I'm in a foul mood.
I'm in much the same. Man, all these executives and their trash just littering the streets of New York. We gotta clean it up.
You don't understand. It's not just that really ruffles my feathers. It's the time of year. This is a season that really gets me worked up.
Just in time for Christmas is when you always get in a foul mood. I know you hate the holiday like a modern day Grinch.
Oh, it's not the Christmas that bothers me. The Christmas, I'll take 1,000 Christmases and their hams. Oh no. It's a trying time for the other white meat in November is all I can say.
Keep going. I think I get your drift. It's not Christmas, it's the one slightly before.
It's a day of savage killing, a day of unpardonable gluttony. It's a day of wresting meat from a carcass and hoisting it aloft and toasting your family and cheering as you hold the hind leg or drum quarter of an innocent entity aloft. It's disgusting. It's craven. It's evil. It ought to be illegal. But don't get me started.
Let's move to a happier topic. When you got your new broom the other day, I heard you make a noise I've never heard before. It was like a gobbling sound.
Oh, come on. You mean?
Mostly like that, yes. And you just seemed to be jumping around the place, and you jumped really high. It seemed like you were almost flying for a second.
Oh, I was just stretching out. Just stretching out. Woo, woo.
No need to worry. It's all okay. After all, we're janitor buds, we gotta stick together. I just want to invite you to my...
No, don't you dare. Don't you do it.
Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. It's just my family's having a roast turkey for this Thanksgiving.
Unseen! Whoa!
Oh man, I was like,
Don't worry, I would never murder you.
No, not me, just all of my family.
Just your family and your friends.
Mhm.
All right, and that is going to be the end of our show. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. We have been No Pants Improv. This has been improvised Laurent plus a bunch of random games. It's an experiment. We love doing random crazy stuff, so check back in on this channel when we're going to be doing a bunch more weird shows. I think coming up pretty soon is Witchfest.
Yay!
Which is Witches.
Also tomorrow, an interview with Anne, the director.
Yeah, also tomorrow, Nicole, player number 5, is doing an interview with one of our cast members, Anne. So be sure to tune in and check that out as well. All right, everyone, thank you for watching.